Good afternoon, everybody. It is 2 o'clock or 12:15. Sorry, it is Tuesday afternoon, so it's time for live from Dave's office, our weekly podcast, and we are excited today to have a lot of great information for you. So, without any further ado, our pastor Dave Kettleson.
Hey, welcome everyone. I have a very special guest today. Ken Radley. Ken Radley and Jay Nevins started the Seven Bridges Marathon, which is happening this weekend at a different venue than Chattanooga. So I'd like to introduce my guest, Ken. Jay couldn't be with us, Ken, but you're going to share with us a little bit about the history of Seven Bridges, how it got started, how you and Jay got it going, and how we, as Georgia Cumberland Conference, also got connected with the Seven Bridges. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay. So, well, the origins of the event were we were wanting to do a 5K race for TC Thompson Hospital. And so we contacted them and said, hey, we want to do a race for you. And they thought it was a miracle because they had just decided not to do an event earlier that day. So we went in and met with them, and turned out what they really wanted was a marathon. And
wow.
So we tried to figure out, well, how can we actually do a marathon in Chattanooga? And I thought about, well, let's just run all the bridges. And turned out there were 7 of them. Now, it didn't work out with them. So we ended up going a different direction. But 10 years ago, that was the inception of the Seven Bridges Marathon. Then that
was 10 years ago. That's amazing. How did you get connected with Georgia Cumberland Conference?
So about 4 to 5 years in, we brought on a new partner, Stan Beasley, and he approached the conference and said, hey guys, we're looking for a title sponsor for this event. And at that time, the conference thought it was a great idea, and we've had a good partnership ever since.
Yes, we have. It's been great partnership. And, I've been on part of your team for a while and just love the race. I've run it several times, and I tell you what, tell me a little bit about the events that you have and the venue we're going to have this year.
All right, so obviously the world changed in March, and we have been trying to get confirmation from Chattanooga that we could do this event, and they could never tell us yes or no. I mean, for obvious reasons, everything is day by day right now.
Right.
So a couple of months ago, we reached out to to the Cohutta Springs Youth Camp about bringing the event out there, and they were just welcomed us with open arms.
Cool.
So we've got a 2-loop 13-mile course for the full. Then, of course, we have a half marathon and a 5K, and we have a 1K, Kitty K. The venue is just so beautiful. I mean, it really is incredible.
It is.
So if you haven't registered or you're looking to volunteer, you need to get with us and get out there because it's just an incredible venue.
Same volunteer and registering. How can they do that? How can they register for the race or volunteer? And by the way, did you notice there's a 1K kids run? That's 0.6 miles. Then there's a 5K. That's 3.1 miles. Then a 13.1 mile and a full marathon. It's a beautiful course, isn't it, Ken?
Oh, it is. It really is. I mean, it's
rolling hills. We drove it in my car with the top down, and it's just a beautiful course this year. You won't see hardly any traffic on those roads. It's kind of country roads. But tell us, Ken, how can someone register right now?
Well, if you go to sevenbridgesmarathon.com, there'll be a link there to register, and you can click that even if you want to volunteer, and you can register to volunteer.
Very good.
So it's pretty simple. Now we will not be doing registration on site.
Okay.
You can register on race day if you're like driving to the event. You get on your phone and register, but we will not be able to provide a means for someone to actually register on site. And cell service is suspect at the property. So if you want to race, I highly suggest you register before you get in the car.
Amen. Yeah, good. That's good to know. So did you hear that? Register before race day. You can't register on the day of race unless you have your cell phone on your way there and you can get a connection. Connection out there is not always reliable at Cohutta. So I know when we have pastors meetings out there, kind of a blessing in a way. I tell my mom I couldn't get connection, So, but Ken, the day of the race, the event, what time does it start?
Okay, the full marathon is going to start at 7:30, the half at 7:45, and the 5K at 8. And I highly recommend that you plan to be on site by 6:30.
Yes.
It is going to be a little congested getting into the facility. The walk from the main parking area to the race site is over a half a mile. Now, if you were to, pay for VIP parking, you'll be significantly closer. But there's really only 2 good parking areas, and we've picked the closest one. There's one that's even farther away.
Yeah. So you will have to walk a little ways, but be a nice little warm up to get the blood flowing, and it should be nice that day. We usually have fairly good weather this early in October. How many are registered already?
We're close to 900 right now.
900.
Right. Normally we'd be close to 2,000 or over at this time.
About half. Yeah.
But we didn't even have a venue until a couple months ago.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, I can't say enough about the venue. It's just a beautiful location. I know you won't be disappointed if you come out. I've been telling all my friends, my running buddies, this year I'm actually going to lead the half marathon, only because I'm going to be on a bike. So I'm going to kind of lead the course, and they can follow me on a bike. And then it's really just the same course again for the full marathon, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. They do have a little bit of a turn just before they get to the Life Center. There's a little bit of a turn. You don't go through the finish. Tell us about that for the full marathon.
Right. As they're approaching the finish, they'll turn right past the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it's a real short distance, basically as if go back and do another lap. And obviously on the second lap, you come to the finish line.
Exactly. Yeah, just one more lap, 13.1 miles. That's all. So it's I know that you guys do a great event. When they come, will they be asked to wear masks? How is that going to work?
Okay, so once you parked your vehicle, we're going to have a check-in station that's going to check your temperature, and they're going to give you a disposable mask. We encourage everyone to wear it. We're not going to force people to wear it because the county that it in does not have a mask mandate.
Okay.
There is a really cool finisher item. You get a water bottle to get your medal, but you're also going to get a custom Seven Bridges Marathon face mask, a reusable face mask, as you finish the race. So
yeah, nice. The phone is so that'll be kind of a nice little feature too, a nice little face mask. Hey, are you going to have? I know each year you've had those little hand towels. Are you going to?
The face mask is going to replace the hand towel this year.
Okay, very good. Well, that's neat. That's a nice alternative to that.
We're still going to get the custom water bottle.
Yeah, custom water bottle.
And really nice medals. And if you're doing the full, this is the biggest medal we've ever had.
Really?
It's huge.
It's 10 years.
It's huge.
So you don't have a sample with you right now, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay. So big medal. This is a great year to run, the 10th year. Too bad, this COVID happened. I understand, Ken, that the day before the race, Chattanooga could shut you down. I mean, having all the plans, everything ready, and that's why you decided to go to Cohutta because it's more reliable that you'll have the race. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share about the race?
No, just come on out and have a good time. I mean, it's we've got some cool Pepsi products at the finish. We're gonna serve food after the finish.
Ooh, nice.
We're gonna bring you in to get the food and then go outside and social distance.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a bunch of tents set up you can get under, or just grab you a nice patch of grass.
Yeah.
The weather right now is projected to be just as beautiful as it's ever been.
Oh, cool.
Plus the colors out there at the conference center.
Yeah. You'll see the leaves on the trees changing. So it'll just be a beautiful day. I'm certain that if you come out that day, you will really enjoy your time there. Just come out and watch too. I mean, you're welcome to come out, and we need cheerleaders, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Social distance cheerleaders.
Now, Ken, you were talking earlier saying that if you wanted to volunteer, you could go to the website, register to volunteer. What all volunteers do at the race?
Well, I mean, we'll have some on the course doing aid stations, some corner marshals, although there's not a lot of corner marshaling because there's not a lot of turns. Helping with stuff at the finish line. I want to say handing out medals, but I believe we're going to let the runners grab their own medals.
Okay.
We want to limit the point of contact as often as we can.
Right.
But if somebody wants to volunteer, we're going to find a job for them.
Yes. And it's really a lot of fun. The energy, the excitement. I just look forward to it every year. I know you have a real nice kind of an expo the day before and of. So I'm sure that's going to be.
There'll be no expo this year.
No expo this year.
We do have a pasta dinner the night before.
Oh, nice.
Those staying at the lodge have already paid for it. You can buy tickets to come eat.
Yes.
And that will be at the conference center itself.
Yeah.
They're actually serving the food.
So you want a nice pasta meal, spaghetti. I'm sure they have all the fixings too. Come out that night and just make certain you register for that so that it's all taken care of. Any other questions you might have, Hal? Just being a observer, what would you want to know about the race?
No, what time? If someone's going to volunteer, what time are they going to want to be there, or if they want to come cheer? What kind of time frame do they need to be looking at to block off for that day?
Okay, well, I would encourage everyone that's going to plan to be on the site for any reason to be there by 6:30. Now, the race starts at 7:30, but if you're planning to be there close to 7:30, you're probably not going to make it on the property before the race starts, and you're going to be stopped on the road. Because the first part of the course is the way you get into the facility by vehicle, and we're going to have to shut that down when we start the race. Now, you'll be able to get in after the race has started, but again, it's by the time you get parked and get up there, the 5K might already be done. Just as a matter of course. Now, there are also the packet pickups. We're doing a packet pickup on Thursday and again on Friday at the Chattanooga Theater Center, which will be a drive-through packet pickup, so you won't have to get out of your car. Oh. And that's the start and finish of the race when we're running downtown.
Okay.
And then there'll be packet pickup Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening on site.
On site, right there.
You can kind of get an idea of what you'll be looking at for Saturday morning. Come in and do your packet on Saturday.
Very good. Very good. Well, we sure appreciate your being on here. It's been a special event for me. I know I've run it. I actually ran the very first annual 10 years ago, and I tried to do it every year, but I did a wedding out in California, and then a couple other things came up, an injury, so that's never good. I'm injured this year, but I get to ride my bike, so I'll help out. So if you're listening, we'd love to get you to volunteer if you're not able to run, but there's a 1K, so that's only 0.6. Is that just for kids though? No,
we'll let adults run in that too.
Okay.
That's about the only one I could actually even think about finishing would be the Kitty K, So.
It's funny, I did a 5K at the camp meeting there at Southern University, and it's 3.1 miles. And I had a little kid come up to me and says, "Is 5K 3.2 miles?" I said, "No, it's only 3.1 miles." He said, "Oh, that's so good." He says, "I don't think I could have done 3.2, but I could do 3.1. Yeah, so funny how kids think. Well, Ken, thank you so much for being a part of our podcast today. And I just want to let our listeners know just a few updates. We have our devotionals every morning, Monday through Thursday at 8 o'clock. You want to just kind of have a little energizer. We're going through 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. And so that's been a real blessing. And then our podcast at Tuesday at 12:30, which you're here today with. then on Tuesday evenings, we feed our community. And I'll tell you something, it's been so exciting. We fed 250 people in what, 35 minutes, 6:35, they were all gone. And so are we increasing the meals now, Hal?
We're still at 250 this week.
Okay.
I think we're going to try, to see if this demand. I mean, we're going to have to grow. We're just,
Sure.
we're at our capacity right now, and so we're trying to figure out new ways to grow. So that's a fantastic problem to have, that your ministry's so successful that you have to grow it.
Right.
But yeah, we're doing our best. But if you're wanting dinner, I'd recommend getting there early. Like I said, 6:35. We were out of meals last week, and we're doing our best to make sure that we can do even better. But we'll make sure we'll feed you something if you come by.
And I'll tell you, they're really good meals, and the people that have come a little bit later, and I've talked to them, they're always so nice. And I said, come a little earlier next time. And so we're having Mexican tonight. You don't want to miss that. And if you'd like to help volunteer, we'd love for you to come and help too. Volunteers start around 4:35 in the kitchen, and then we start feeding right at 6 o'clock. People start lining up sometimes at 5:30, but we have a really great time. Wear a mask and gloves because we like to be very responsible with the social distancing with our meals. So that's another thing. Then I want to give you a little update. Our sign, we are still connecting there. We're talking to Herbie about getting that going. I understand that he should be starting that in the next couple of weeks, the foundation, and then we'll start building that up. And we already have the LED signs for that. So not a whole lot new on that, but just keep you updated. Then the roof should be this month, here in October, the roof is going to be repaired, started to be repaired. We don't know how long it'll take. Probably not too long. I was talking to Bob Hershey. So that will start here in the month of October. Then everything else, the stairwell, all of the leaks in our roof should be repaired. Everything else will get going. So we're excited about that. We're doing 3 services now, in case you didn't know. A 10, 11, and 12. They're 45-minute services. The first service is masks required. The second and the 11 o'clock and the 12 o'clock are recommended but not required. And we've had a really good turnout, even for our 12 o'clock service being brand new. So you have 3 choices now, 10, 11, and 12. They're all exact same services. You can hear it's the same sermon each time. Just want you to know. So, but I've had people stay for all 3, which is kind of funny. And, but it's been really great. The band has been excellent. Really appreciate Josh and all of those that have been making this happen. And then too, our last week you heard from Laura again, and so our young people's department is moving forward, and we're so excited with them, what's going on. But I can't think of anything else. Hal, is there anything we missed?
No, we had a great time at the Samaritan Center this past Saturday. So we look forward to getting you to come out and joining us on the second Sabbath of every month as we do the Samaritan Center. But dinner tonight, guys. We are continuing to grow. And if you come to Hamilton Church, we have this new thing. I want to plug this real quick, Dave. We have a bulletin board in the lobby right next to the coffee station that has lots and lots of food items on a card. And you take a card on Sabbath, and then the next Sabbath, you bring that item back in. You can grab 2 or 3 cards. There's not a lot on each card, but it's because of the generosity of this congregation that we're able to even do this ministry. And we're needing to grow. So we're needing more and more people to participate in that donation process. It is super simple. It is not expensive, and you go shopping just about every week. So to grab 1 or 2 items for the Tuesday night ministries is really, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you, so that you can donate and be a part of this ministry.
I love that. I think that's a great idea. I saw it out there in the lobby, and I saw people taking those little cards. So it is working. We want to remind you, it's kind of new to most everyone, so we'll keep plugging that. And thank you for your generosity, like Hal said, because without you, this really couldn't be done. And it's really been a blessing connecting with our neighbors like never before. We're creating really good relationships with them. Well, I want to thank our guest again, Ken Radley, for being a part of our podcast today. Don't forget Seven Bridges this weekend. Get there at 6:30. Go to the Seven Bridges website, and then you can connect if you'd like to participate or you'd like to volunteer. I know they'd love for you to do that. Well, anything else that we missed, Ken? I just want to make certain that we didn't leave anything out.
No, I think we're in good shape. Looking forward to a good weekend.
All right. Hey, let me pray with you all. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for everyone connecting. I pray that you'll bless them in a powerful way. Give them a great rest of their week. And I thank you again for Ken and what he does for our community, he and Jay, to make a real special event, a fun event for so many people. I pray it'll go very well, that people will enjoy it, and that no one will be injured. They'll do their best on the race course, and we thank you again for this time together. In Christ's name, amen. All right, everyone, have a great week, and may God bless you real good.